Hey everybody, I'm going to show you how to make the hat in the display picture. So you're going to need a 6.5mm crochet hook. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a ball of yarn. I chose the Charisma by Loops and Threads. It's a size 5 bulky yarn, and we're going to use our 6.5mm crochet hook for that one. Okay everybody, we're going to get started on that hat and the display picture in the video. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to do a slip knot. So you wrap your yarn around your fingers twice. You're going to slide your crochet hook under, grab the second loop, and then you're going to pull up. And then you're just going to bring your knot up to the hook. So you don't want your knot to be too tight on your hook. You want it to be able to be movable. So now we're ready to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now that our 5 chain is complete, what we're going to do is go back to the first chain we had made, and now we're going to do a slip stitch into that chain, just like so. Okay, so that creates us a little loop. So now what we're going to do, into that little hole in the loop, we're going to do 12 double crochet into there. So to double crochet, you're going to wrap your yarn over, go into that hole, grab the yarn, and now you're going to see that you have 3 loops on your hook. So you're going to go through the first 3 loops, and now you're going to go through the second 2. And that there is your first double crochet. So you're going to do that 12 times. So that's 2, 3. I'll show you one more time on 4. Okay, so you're just going to continue doing that until we get to the end of this round, and that will be 12 double crochets into that circle. So we'll meet back up then. So we're coming up on our 12th one now. So now we're done our 12 into this round. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the top of your double crochet, and you're going to do a slip stitch right in there. And that joins our round together, just like so. And you can give your little tail a pull, and that will just close up your circle a bit. Okay, so now you're going to chain 2. So under the chain 2, there's a little space. I don't know if you see it. There you are. There is that little space right there. So we're going to do a double crochet into that little space. And this counts as our first increase right here. And now into each of the stitch around, we're going to do 2 double crochets in there. So here's 1 double crochet, and 2 double. And we're going to go in the next one, do the same. So 2 double crochet right in there. This is our first one. And our second. So you're going to do that all the way around until the end. So let's meet back up after. So now that we're coming up to the end of this round, we're just going to do our last set of increases in this stitch here. So double crochet there, and our last one there. Perfect. So now you're going to find our 2 chain that we did at the beginning of the round, and now we're going to slip stitch into the top of that 2 chain, just like so. Perfect. And now you're going to chain 2. So that 2 chain that we had just done, it is going to be a stitch that we're going to count. So in our next one, we're going to do another set of increases. So it's going to be 2 double crochets into that stitch. And here's our second double crochet. And then the next stitch is just the one. And then in the next one, it's going to be an increase again. So 2 double crochet in there. So we're going to continue on like that until we get to the end of this round. So it's going to be 1 double crochet on its own, and then 2 double crochet, just like that. So it's going to continue like that until we get to the end of the round. So just keep following that pattern and we'll meet back up after. Okay? Okay, so we're coming up to the end of our round. So we're just going to finish off here. So we have a double crochet on its own and then another increase. So 2 double crochet here, just like so. Okay, so now what we're going to do is find our 2 chain again, and in the top of that 2 chain you're going to do a slip stitch again. Oh, I'm ahead of my stitch there. There we go. Just like that. There. So that finishes our round 3. So you're going to chain 2 again. And our chain 2 counts as a stitch again. So we're going to go into the next stitch and you're going to do a double crochet again. So that's 2 stitches. And then in our third one, we're going to do an increase. So we 2 double crochet together in the same stitch. Just like that. So we're just going to continue on that way. So 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So there's 1 and then 2. So you're going to continue on like that until you get to the end of this round, and we'll meet back up later. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of our round here. So you're going to do 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and you're going to end on your increase of 2 double crochet in the same stitch, just like so. Perfect. So now to join our round, you're going to find those 2 chain again, and you're going to go in the top of them and do a slip stitch, just like that. So now you're going to chain 2, and you're going to do a half double crochet into each of the stitches around. So a half double crochet is a little bit different than what we've been doing. So you yarn over, go into that stitch, grab your yarn, and instead of going through just the first 3 loops on your hook, you're going to go through all 3 of them. Just like that. Do it again, go into the stitch, you're going to see all 3, and you're going to go through all 3 of those. So you want to do it into every stitch around your hat until you get to a length that you desire. So usually for a female hat, we're going to do 8.5 to 9 inches. And for this hat, I think I want to go a little slouchy. So I think I'm going to go around 11 inches for my hat length. And I'll let you know what I get at when I finish my length of my hat, and we'll meet back up after. All right, girls, happy crocheting. Hey everybody, so I've reached 8 inches on my hat so far, and I decided I'm going to change things up a little bit on you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a front post, back post brim for the hat. That way it just kind of like tightens it up and it gives a little more warmth around the ears for the winter time. So you're still going to chain 2. Okay. And now you're going to do a double crochet into each of the stitch around for this round anyways. And after this round, we're going to be able to show you how to do the front post, back post. I like to have my foundation chain first of the double crochet, and then we're able to work the front post, back post a little bit easier. So you're just going to continue around with the double crochet, and we'll meet back up when we get to the end of this round. So I'm coming up to the end of this round. So I'm just going to put my last double crochet here. Find where my 2 chain was, go into the top of that 2 chain. Okay, so now that we've chained 2, we're going to go work on the post. So you see how each of these have like this little post, is what it's called. So to do a front post, back post, you're going to yarn over, go in behind the first post, grab your yarn, slide it through, and now you're just going to go through the first 2 chains on your hook, and then the second 2, just like that. Okay, so that's our first post, that's the front post. Now we're going to do the back. So the back's a little more tricky. You're going to come in from behind, go through, bring your yarn, slide that through as well, and then go through the first 2 loops on your hook, and then the second 2, just like that. So that's our back post. You see how this one's more protruding and that one is a little more in behind? Okay, so you're going to yarn over, and this time we're going to go through the front post. So we're going to go in behind it, grab our yarn, yarn over, there we go, through those loops. Okay, so now that we have 2 of the front post done, you can kind of see how the back post is more in behind. So we'll do another back post. Just like that. And then a front post. Perfect. So you're just going to continue until we get to the end of this round, and we'll start back up. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of this round here. So I have a back post to do. And I'm finishing off with my 2 chain here. There. So you can now you're starting to see how the pattern is kicking in. So you're going to chain 2 again. And you're going to make sure if you see a front post, you do a front post. If you see a back post, you do a back post. You want to keep that pattern until you're done the end of your hat. So I'm going to start off with the front post. Just like so. And then you can go in and grab that back post. There. And so you're just going to continue until you get to the length you want. I want to go for more of like a slouchy hat. So I'm thinking maybe like 10 and a half, 11. Right now we're at 9. And probably we're going to get to 9.5 with this post that we're making now. So it's really up to you how slouchy of a hat you want to make. I'm thinking probably like 10.5 for me. Anyways, I'll let you know what I finish with, and we'll meet back up after. Okay, so I'm coming up to the end of my row. So my last one was a back post. Okay, and now I'm just going to do a slip stitch into the top of my 2 chain. Okay, so this I think is the length that I'm going to use for my hat. I already tried it on and it was a little slouchy, so I think I'm going to stick with that. So my measurement is 10 inches. It's a good 10 inches right here. So I'm going to just give my yarn a cut and then I'll sew in my ends. And I'm going to look for one of those cute little faux pom-poms for this hat. And I'll be back when I find one of those cute little faux pom-poms. All right, we'll see you later. Hey everybody, so the faux fur pom-pom that I had ordered for this hat is finally in, and I already put it on my hat. So it was super easy. There's a little spot at the back of the pom-pom, and you're just able to go in with a piece of yarn and a darning needle and just sew it in like you would any normal pom-pom. And just put it on your hat, and it's like a little bit stretchy, so it's quite nice. All right, so that's it for this project. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So make sure that you like and subscribe to Crochet with Jean. Thanks, bye.